What is up, guys? Today is March 16, 2020. Is now 9:40 p.m. All right, so you want me to see GA?
Yeah. Too much craziness going on.
Well, that's for sure. Like, that's stupid. You see,
Yeah, GA is out of control, dude.
all these pairs are reacting exactly. Well, right now, like, if we take a look at what price is doing, it's just ranging. You know, pretty much this is what it's doing. Pretty much this is what it's doing. So if we were going to do anything at this price point, what would it be?
Wait for a break and retest.
I don't think it's going to break and retest simply because if we look at the last daily candle or even H4 candle, it's kind of riding it. If you're trying to scout right now, it'd be probably a good buy entry, to be honest with you. But all these pairs have just been acting up immensely. I really want to see all these pairs long, but it just depends where we're located. So to me, for GJ, just wait. If we could start seeing some... Yeah, hold up. I muted everybody. I had to have... Yeah. So honestly, just depending on where GA is at tonight, will let us know if we're going to buy it or short it. GA is actually not a pair that I'm even looking at. So, like, what I always say is this is why you should always have 2 or 3 pairs to look at. Because if one of them is not lining up to what you like, you can always just enter another one. You understand? So, GA is one of those pairs right now that's just ranging a lot. If I were going to do anything, it would just be to long it, simply because it's respecting that trend line, but it's wicking like crazy. Look how many pips it dropped in 2 hours. That's stupid.
Yeah.
In 2 hours. Because pips right now, like, every pair is moving a lot of pips simply because of just how the market is acting. It's just going crazy. So people are making a lot of money. People are flipping a lot of accounts. And then at the same time, people are blowing accounts left and right. Don't think they're not. People are blowing accounts left and right now because of this. You know, because it's just moving so fast on pip count. She's awake, babe. Can you go check her, please? Yes. So go. Hold on, guys. So when it comes to pip count, that's the only thing. So GA is probably one of those pairs that I'll just leave alone, to be honest with you. Just leave it alone. I wouldn't like it. If we're going to do anything, it would be short-term buys. And as soon as you're in profit, get out. But I'm not looking at anything right now. For GA, I'm not looking at it. Definitely not looking at it. Simply because it's just ranging really, really bad right now. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just not a safe pair to trade.
I totally understand, but I do see the
Because
range.
if you see all this stuff, that's retarded.
Bro, it's just too much wicks on that pair, bro.
Right
Right
now. If you look at exactly how it's
crazy.
doing, this is just way too much movement. It's not worth it. It's in a really bad range. Like, honestly speaking.
That's the choppiest pair I've seen in a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's just very, again, just depending on where it's located. Now, if we get to see a good push towards the downside, now if we see rejection, you know, and if we see price maintain itself at this low, then again, I would love to see like a buy scalp, but that's pretty much it. I'm not really thinking of looking at anything else for this pair. I'll look at another pair. It's not a pair that I'll trade. All right, another question.
Would you for gold? Some see it long, some see it short. It's kind of all over the place.
Gold is kind of at an indecision right now.
For real? You want to know what I want? Bro, I see shorts coming in hard.
I think it will. I mean, the way price action is forming right now.
Down to the same
just from where this is located, like if you look at what this is doing, you know, understand the structure is key. And price is, hold up. Let me fix this trend line real quick because that was disgusting. So structure is key, you know, and price is maintaining lower highs. If you guys At least when it comes to my rules, as long as the market is maintaining lower highs, price is still going to push towards the downside. That's just it. That's why I look at sells. And just understanding where this is located too, it just feels like it's a strong sell. And this has a massive lower wick, but price needs to fill that wick. This is basically the same thing that happened for GCAD. Pretty much same thing that happened for GCAD. I think we did this call on Thursday. It was last Thursday where we caught GCAD and then GA and we caught gold on the live call. Kind of the same premise. This needs to fill this wick towards the downside before it even wants to long. This is what I see. So I want sells towards the downside. You just have to understand, like, think about it. Right now, it looks like a good entry, right? It's at 1506. If it goes from here to here, it's 130 pips.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
gold is moving so fast that normally good entries are okay. This is a decent entry because it's still at a high point. But if you were to sell right now, 1507, like, I'm not even joking, like 1507, right?
Yeah, no.
If you were just to sell from here to here, it's 100 freaking pips. You'd be 100 pip drawdown, even though you're at a high. Even though you're at a high, quote unquote, you're at a high point in the market. So that's why I don't even want to touch it. Honestly, I don't want to touch it. I'm good. Now, if this spikes up to 1512, 1513, yeah, by all means, I'll go in with it. I think it's going to sell. Everything is lining up for sells. If you look at H1, red over blue just crossed over. If you look at 45-minute time frame, besides the trend line, besides the trend line, number one, besides the lower highs continuing to be formed, we have a pattern. This is called a descending triangle. That's still being formed as well to push it towards the downside. Hold up. 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just so much.
No, you're good, bro.
Oh, it's not. What did I do here? Yeah, like if we're going to look for anything, it sells. On this particular position, if we look for anything, it is sells to push it towards the downside. If I could see it come up to 1512, 1513, I'll definitely sell it. And honestly, I think it just depends, bro. I need to see something clear because it's just a lot of pip movement, and I don't hold trades for 100 pip drawdown. I don't do it. So that's my whole entire thing. Even though the position is perfect, and everything is good about this trade, I still feel like it has upside potential and then a strong swing down. But I definitely would like sells. You just have to understand. Like right now, again, if I were to tell you to sell right here, even if it came here, that is 90 pips.
Yeah, bro.
You understand?
That's what I'm saying. Like, short-term buys are not even a bad idea. Like,
because it's a super scout. It's a super scout, but it's just moving way too fast. Like,
right. Even the short-term buys are going to be like fucking 80, 90 pips. It's like,
look at this. 10 minutes, it dropped 240 pips.
200. Yeah, it's like gold is not a game.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But I definitely see this still selling to short towards the downside. Think about it. This dropped 800 pips, came back up 800 pips. The peers don't do that. So I like shorts on gold. I definitely like shorts on gold. It's just a continuation to just continue to push it towards the downside. All right, next question.
What's your long-term target on gold?
I don't trade long-term. Like, if I told you it's going to reach here, bro, I'll just be BSing you, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of people do that. A lot of people just say, oh, it's going to reach. I think it's going to reach 1,800. I think gold will go up to 1,800, if that's what you ask me. But would I hold it? Hell no. I'm not going to hold it for that long.
Right. That's like, bro, that could take months. Like,
yeah, you get me? So, like, I think it will go to 1,800 eventually, but, like.
So low right now. Like,
it's very low, but it needs to fill that wick. If it's going to go anything else, it needs to fill that wick. Like, just understanding where it's at, like, just like confirmations. Okay. I want sells on it. So why do I want sells on it? Because of the structure. More anything, I want sells on it because of the structure. And then if we look at it, if measuring for a sell, high to low, price is sitting pretty much right on that 60%. I want to see it push towards the downside. I want to see it complete that descending triangle, and I think sells are coming. I think sells are just obvious throughout the entire day. If we look at the EMAs, everything is finally crossing on the 5-minute. Everything is crossing on the 15-minute too, to then sell. My only worry is just that it spikes up and then sells. But I still want sells on it. but I couldn't tell you exactly when to enter simply because it's just moving way too fast right now in terms of pips. But I do want sells. I think everything is lining up for sells. I don't think this will buy. And if it does buy, like, don't tell me that this from here to here is a buy. That's not a buy. If we're talking about like an actual intraday move, this is a sell. You know, can it go up here? Of course, but that doesn't mean it's a buy. You know, that's just like a scalp, and it's just that the market is moving so fast right now that it's just very difficult. You know, that's why honestly, signal chats right now are taking not a beating per se, but across the board, almost every signal chat is getting beat up because it's just so volatile right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
not
just
reflecting
so
anything.
volatile. It's just the market is so volatile that it's normal pip ranges are being disrespected across the board, you know, and it's just difficult. You can ask. It doesn't have to be about a trade. You can ask me anything. It can be about.
Well, quick question. Well, two questions. For one, do you see GJ to the downside? Because that's what I see. And then for two, do you mind like kind of covering like a trading plan in a way, like how you kind of go about? I know you go over this a lot, but how you go about like entering the market? Like I have no problem entering the market when it comes to technical analysis, but as far as a trading plan, I'm kind of like swinging it still. And like I hear about trading plans, but by myself, I'm trying to figure out how to create one, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I can go over that. So GJ right now, it's definitely selling. You
Awesome.
know, but yeah, it's definitely selling, and really, I honestly don't even want to trade any JPY pairs, simply because I believe that JPY pairs are just very fundamental right now too. So like gold and JPY pairs and pretty much any US index is just fundamentals. Like there's just a lot of fundamentals involved. Now, just depending on where price is at today or tomorrow morning per se, like around 2 a.m. If price is down here around 2 a.m., you know, at that price point, we might get into it and look for a possible long, you know, but where price is currently at, and it will need to show me some decisive bullish momentum to continue ranging towards the top side. But GJ is just one of those pairs that is just moving way too much too. Like all price is moving way too much. If we go based off monthly time frame, price needs to come down here before anything else. You understand? Like if we're just trading monthly, it needs to come down here. If we're trading weekly, this would be a good zone where it needs to price comes down to, but price already kind of came to it. I want to see how the next H4 candle closes. Let's leave it like that. If the next H4 candle closes like this, then I'll be looking for sells. But if I see price between now and let's say 1 a.m. wick towards the downside and then come back up, then most likely I will long it. It just depends on where it is. And I typically don't like to trade like that. But the thing is that from here to here, understand is 100 freaking pips. It's just stupid. Price is just moving so fast that typical moves that I don't mind being in drawdown for because they were 25, 30 pips are acting 100, 200 pip moves. So it's just moving a lot more than usual, you know? So honestly, for GJ, I would probably look for another pair. Like right now, the real pairs that I'm looking at, to be honest with you, I'm looking at Euro GBP and I'm looking at GCAD. Personally speaking, those are the pairs I'm looking at. Even though I love GJ, I'm looking at Euro GBP and I'm looking at GCAD. And I'm also looking at gold. You see? Think about it. It already dropped. Look at it. Think about it.
Bro, they're like
Yeah, it dropped 70
60
pips.
Yeah, like 60, 70 pips. Like, bro, not a game.
It's just moving rapidly, you know? So it did sell. Like, yeah, it sold. It sold exactly where I thought it was going to, but it's fine. It's just way too rapid. You understand? Way too volatile. Way too everything.
It seems tempting though. You get me? Like that's why a lot of people tend to just like get into gold because they know it could secure you like 80 pips. You get me? So
yeah,
if you have a trading plan, it'll fuck you, bro. And my bad for the language, but it'll fuck you so bad.
No, it's okay.
Dude,
It's
like,
definitely it's definitely tempting to trade gold, definitely, but honestly,
like
listen, this is my only advice. If you're gonna trade gold, the same way you're profiting, be prepared to lose it. You know, do not get in this trade getting mad if the market acts out of whack. Because understand, one wick is, think about it. This hasn't even been a minute yet, and they're already, look at this, a 30 pip wick. Like, you're telling me that's stupid. That's in 1 minute. It's just moving way too fast. That's not what I think. So, like, if you're up on profit, bro, just take your freaking profit. Now,
Bro, that's why I be taking pips, bro. You see, I don't be playing, bro. It moves
just
so
close the
fast.
pips.
You gotta
Now,
take your pips with this shit.
I will say this. If price closes like this, I want to see price come up here. Like I said, the ideal range for me would be 15.12, 15.15. If we can get it anywhere between 15.12, 15.15, I'll drop a small lot on it, nothing too crazy, you know, and push it towards the downside. That's what I would personally do. What I mean is small lot, like maybe a 0.2 or something, 0.3, you know, but yeah. Now, now if you're playing for 20K, 25K, 30,000, 50,000, go ahead, drop a standard. You know, risk $1,500, risk 150 pips. It's fine. 150 pips to make 800 pips. Yo, go ahead. You know, because typically that doesn't happen. But the way that gold is moving, bro, go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
You better be flowing with that direction immediately, because this thing will take everyone out.
Yeah, this is still selling. I actually sold up here, but I sold on a small point one. So I already closed it. I made like $77 on this call. But you see, look, it already dropped 100 pips from where we called it. Like since when we got on it.
Shit's retarded, bro.
Yeah, it's just moving very now. Now I will say this: if it closes like this, we already know we want sells. Easy money. We want sells.
Right.
But and even if it closes like this, we want sells too. But we would want price to retrace and enter some.
Bro, this shit's barely retesting, bro. It's just like it be falling, bro.
Yeah,
like gold
it's
be
dropping.
falling.
Yeah, it's dropping hard, but
if it
comes back up, we can definitely.
Let's see.
That's probably
what. When we were on this call, it was around 15:07, I think. And this shit just obliterated itself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm in the sell now. I'm seeing the first TP 1486, and then breaker bounce from there. It can go back up bullish, or it can come back.
I actually was in a sell at 57 or hold on 07. Yeah, 1507.37.
There you
Then
go.
I got out because Derek's like
That thing
that
is dropping.
100 pips to the upside, and I'm like, yeah, that's not worth it. Let me exit that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, hell no. Are you kidding me? Risk first.
But look, if it closes like that, then we haven't. That's it. We have entry. Allowed to come back up. It's just that it was obvious. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it was an obvious sell. You see, like it really was. It's just think about it. In freaking 5 minutes that we've been in here, in 10 minutes, this thing has dropped 160 pips. In 10 minutes.
It lined up with my fibs perfectly too.
It's very spontaneous.
I cannot time the sells on gold. Like I get the buys so right, and then my sells be like I be off on the sells.
I want to see how it reacts.
To the buys.
I want to see how it reacts in New York. But let's go to
I be
another
smashing
question.
the buys.
Let's go to another question.
The 61.8. I just at the end the trading plan.
Okay, so like trading plan. Okay, so you have a trading plan, then you have a goal plan. They're two different things, you know. A trading plan should be your steps that you take every time. It does not matter what pair it is. It should be the same steps every time when you're about to enter a trade. That's what a trading plan is. A goal plan is something you need to make. This is all like, I go over this. This is like, anybody who knows me, like I go over this kind of heavy. So it's, a goal plan is how much percentage gain you want to make, how much monetary gain you want to make. Are you looking at monetary daily growth? Are you looking at monetary weekly growth? Are you looking at monetary monthly growth? Are you looking at percentage gain per week, percentage gain per month? How much are you trying to withdraw? How are you going to compound your account? You know, how much are your bills? You know, this all plays a part into it. Like the thing is, I think people think that you have to make $100K or $1 million in trading to be successful. No, if you can cover your bills, you're successful. Just understand that. If you can cover your bills in trading, you're a successful trader. Because a lot of people don't even have the capability of doing that. Because it's just, it's hard mentally and emotionally. You know, so like just understand that if your bills are $1,500 a month, oh, you see, look at this. Hold up. See, we're not gonna miss this one. We're not missing this one. So hold up, guys. We're not missing this one. So, bro, this is why you can't put me on gold, man.
Bro, them pips too quick, boy. You bought already?
No, you can't just put me on it because then I start looking at it and I want to trade it.
No, so that's what I'm
Easy.
saying. It's tempting because you know you could,
Bro,
bro.
the
Like a
pips
drop in
come so
like
fast, bro.
Yo,
Like,
listen,
oh
I'm gonna put a
god.
sell limit. If it hits the sell limit, I'm in it. I'm gonna put a sell limit. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do this to myself.
He's like, I'm not
I
gonna
wouldn't
taste this
touch
right now.
that.
I can do it.
No, I
Do it.
can't
And I
touch
have
that.
no. All I know it's gonna sell, but usually like in the past couple of days I've been monitoring it, and usually like during London session it just spikes up and creates a new high, and then it just drops during New York session.
Right.
Like if you look at the long way to the left, you know that was during opening for pre-London, and then it just dropped. You got me. So it will probably go right back up and then sell, but I'll probably just wait. I'll wait that out, bro.
Yo, I'm waiting
So you
this out for real. I'm not even
like
like
200, 300 pips. Because, yo, it for the past, like, since, like, last week, you wait to, like, literally, like, New York, and I've literally calculated, like, 300 plus pips. Easy, bro, in, like, the span of, like, 2 hours. That's insane.
yeah,
You get me? So,
Where do you see a good sell limit? 15-15? 15-20?
Hold up. 1 second.
you might be able to put it at 15-17, bro, to be honest.
I'm gonna send you 100.
That could be like one of the more precise
Okay.
ones.
There. It's in there.
Damn, but if it was like that,
I'm gonna put my sell limit at 15.
I did 1500. I did 1500 sell limit. But back to it. So this is actually really important, bro. Let me take this off because if not, I'm gonna be looking at. I can't be looking at this. That's really
That's what I'm talking
I can't be
about.
doing it. I can't be doing it. You guys are messing me up. You guys are messing me up. I can't be looking at this.
so you were going over the
Yeah.
goal plan?
Goes crazy.
Oh, so we already know GCAT straight sells. Money sells actually.
Real quick. I don't
Oh,
usually
bro,
trade
GCAT
gold.
straight sells. This is the move.
I'm gonna put a limit on gold. If I'm putting a sell limit at 1508 and I'm getting out at 1520, how many pips is that?
Who's talking?
20.
Tony.
1508, 1520. Is that what you
Not
said?
a sell limit.
That's a
1508 to 1520 is 120.
That's
pips.
120, bro.
So the way that gold moves, if it goes from bro, I'm probably just gonna pay it. Forget it. So if it goes from 1620 to 1600, it's 200 pips. If it goes from 16, yo, don't do that. So if it goes from 1620 to 1600, it's 200 pips. If it goes from 1501 to 1500, it's 10 pips. If it goes from 1497.6 to 1498.6, it's 10 pips. If it goes from
Every dollar's 10 pips, correct?
yes, not every dollar, every 10 cents is a pip. Yeah, every dollar is 10 pips. Sorry. Yeah, every dollar is 10 pips. Yes. So back to the trading plan. This is actually a really important topic. When it comes to if this time's out, I'll just make a new one. You need to have a goal plan. So everybody here has different like aspirations. Like you know how much your bills are. I don't. You know how much you need. Oh, you see, now's a good entry for gold. I'm down for that. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah, we're in gold. It better have entered me. Yeah, we're in. So when it comes to the goal plan, it's exactly that. You need to have goals in place of what you want. Like when I first started, I was doing monetary gains, and it messed me up for a little bit. And then you want to start doing percentage gains. So like, let's say you say you want to make let's say you say monetary, you want to make $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week, you can make that in a day, or you can make that in 5 days. So you have to decide: do I want to make 200 a day, or do I want to make 1,000 a week? Because there's two different things. Another thing is you have to decide what days you're going to trade. Because if you're trading 24/7, number one, that's horrible. You shouldn't do that. For you guys who are doing that, looking at the market all the time, that's horrible. That affects your psyche so much in a negative way, because you're just looking at the market. And if you're not making money, you treat this as a game, and you need to get out. You need to get out of the habit that this is a game, and it's actually like a livelihood. Like this is like you can make real money like this. You can change your complete financial situation. And that's why trading is so hard, because most of us, when we get into this, we get into it because we don't got money. You know, we don't got money and we're trying to make money. We're trying to make something for ourselves. So we're trying to get into it. And the hard part is understanding that it's literally just a button. Like you're pressing buy or sell. The same way I lost money, I could have made money. I just had to press the other thing. So sometimes it's very hard to understand that, but you need to come up, and the best way to do is a goal plan. You need a goal plan. Like you need one, and you need a trading plan. My trading plan is very simple. Where am I in the market? How does the last daily candle look like? H4 or higher. That's it. What confirmations I like to see? I love to see this. If I could see a massive trend line, like what we see here, if I could see a massive, you see, like, I don't know if you guys entered sales at 1500, like I said, but I did. But,
man, we're already up in profit. We're instant blue.
yeah. So the way that this goes, like when you see a massive trend line that crosses days, that's going to be respected 110%. 110%. It will be respected. The same way, that's why I say GCAT is straight sells. Like, look at it. This is straight sells. I'm telling you right now, GCAT is sells all the way tonight. This is actually the
Because
cleanest
it's,
ones.
it's
The
respecting the
cleanest
trend
ones.
line.
Cleanest ones. And then if we understand, just because of that trend line, the H4 trend line.
Where
And
would
then,
you see a take profit for GCAD?
and then if we understand, patterns, what type of pattern is this? What type of pattern is that?
Is that bearish flag?
That is a bearish flag. Exactly.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a bearish flag, the way that you trade flag patterns, first TP is located at previous low. Way price moves, measure here to here, measures the impulse of where it breaks. So that's really what we're looking at. But even if we get a sell from here to here, it's still worth 160 pips. Do I think it's going to free fall? Of course I think it's going to free fall. Because of just how you see it, you know? Like everything is lining up, and just look at this. Like, guys, this is so easy. Red over blue finally crossed. Finally. Orange is crossing over. This is a complete sell setup. This is going to hell. Like, look at this. It's all setting up to just ride it down completely. So GCAT is definitely a move I'm looking at tonight. 110%. I'm not looking at anything else but GCAT tonight.
I assume you're waiting for London, correct?
Yeah, I'm waiting to London simply because of this pin bar. I want to see price come back up to 713. 713 will be my point of entry. But yeah. This is sells. 100%. This is sells. GCAT's the move. We're waiting for sells. So then I don't know if that makes it like a trading plan. So like I told you, my trading plan is what I said. It's exactly that. It's where am I in the market, number one? What range I'm in, number two? Look at the last daily candle, number three. And then I start adding confluence to it and like specific stuff that I love. My favorite patterns are head and shoulders. I love long-lasting trend lines like this. I love this. When I see this is a no-brainer for me. I love long-lasting trend lines like that. I love pin bars. So pin bars, any type of pin bar, I love them. So if I saw this candle at a low point, I would buy it all the way.
Yo, Derek, preach it. For the person that asks what the trading plan is, this is Derek's trading plan. Listen.
Yeah. What? Yo, bro, you confused me, man. I lost my train of thought.
My bad. You were just talking about the confirmation that you love.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do another call because it's going to end in 3 minutes. I'm going to send another link right now.
Awesome. You're the man, Derek.
I'm going to send another link right now, so just get on.
Cool.